Good morning. So very briefly, this is all the things that I've got for my in-dash nav unit install today. This is the JVC KW-M740BT, as you can see. It is different from the V830BT in that it does not have a CD or DVD player at the very top. Hopefully that means that it'll still fit nicely, but I didn't see the need to pay extra for a CD and DVD player. This one's a good unit because, at least I'm particularly keen on it, because it has Android and Apple CarPlay. It's a doubled-in unit. Comes with a bunch of functionality that I think I'll like to replace my in-car radio. And yeah, a Metra plastic black housing. I heard online that it fits a little bit better than the Scoche. A radio. I think a radio harness, some sort of harness, a steering wheel control, and I bought a backup camera that looks like the tailgate handle, or that functions as the tailgate handle as well. So I can look out the back of my car as I am backing up. And this would connect to this unit so that, as you can see, it says rear view camera ready. I just need to plug it in somehow. And the whole thing will work, hopefully. So stay tuned. Alright, so what I've done is I've disconnected the power to the car just in case I do anything wrong. And I know you're supposed to use like a plastic pry tool, but I've learned that a flathead screwdriver will work just fine. Disconnect. 10 millimeter screw. I think there are clips on the other side here. It's gonna be hard to. There we are. A little bit of elbow grease, and then I can proceed to remove these units right here. Yep, one. It's a bit easier to just put your screwdriver underneath, I think. There we go, like that. Push in, out, and then if you put your screwdriver a little bit towards the bottom, I think that's where all the switches are. There we go. There you have it. So that's out. On these cables, since they are of different sizes, I should be able to reattach them. Not too much trouble. There we go. Time to assemble the unit. Alrighty, so I'm going to proceed to remove the temperature and passenger airbag unit. I do believe this is a snap fit, so I'm going to keep on snapping back in, which is a bit of a pain. But if you kind of proceed to push it in, kind of squeeze it out of its unit here. And take it out. I do believe there's actually a harness for this that I need to squeeze everything into. That would be it. So, since the screws are on the top, make sure this fits like that. seated properly. So it looks good. It's a bit recessed, but the buttons seem to work well. So the next step apparently is to remove the metal brackets from the original factory radio. Crap.
So the bracket mounts are in. Let's just make sure it all looks good. Here comes the other clip. Looks snappy. I like the black color. And it all seems to fit really, really nicely. Very excited actually. So, oops. Maybe I didn't actually need to install the mounts afterwards. Alright. That's there. Then you just screw this all in.
Alrighty, so I'm going to be connecting the head unit's mount or connector with the radio harness that I bought from Metra. So this makes it from a generic adapter to a Toyota Tacoma specific one. And everything's color coded, so I just need to match, you know, the blue with the blue, the purple with the black stripes with the purple with the black stripes. I'm basically just twisting these together and using heat shrink to make sure that they stay together. I think heat shrink is the reason why you get a degree in electrical engineering. It's so cathartic. Alright, so I think I have most of the wiring done. So I'm just going to walk through the setup that I have. I've decided not to take advantage of the reverse setup yet, though I think I know where I need to tap into. This should basically go to the lamp harness so that the radio itself can detect if the car is in reverse. This one's the parking switch, just to determine if the car is in park or not. Apparently it allows you to allows the radio to know if you're driving or not and what controls you should have enabled. I'll probably need to connect that somewhere in the car. But I'll do that later. This is my Access ASWC1 steering wheel control unit that I'll also have to install in the car. This is my USB unit for Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. And then this is the setup that I just spliced together effectively, color to color. The only labels that I'm not using are the P power continuous. This is for like the optional audio unit apparently. So yeah, that should be a pretty relatively easy installation once we're in the car. Rear view camera, this is going to go into my RCA unit for the car, for the rear view camera. I need to also tap that into a switch power control so that it actually can power the camera. And that's about it. I don't think I need anything else. The video out unit, I don't need audio cable, audio input. I think this is the audio input. I'm not currently planning to take advantage of that. So yeah, that should be it. So this is the setup for the wires that I've installed on this 2008 Toyota Tacoma. These two are the harness connections that go to the JVC mount. The JVC mount then connects to here. A little bit hard to see. The other two connections are spliced from that same harness. So this is the power wire and the ground wire. Now those go directly back to the harness, but they also connect to the steering wheel control adapter. The little gizmo being this one. So that's where that connector goes. And then the other two wires that I need to connect to for this particular model, as I determined online, are the green and orange and the green and black cables. Green and orange, green and black, and they respectively connect to, the green and black one connects to the yellow and black, the green and orange to the violet and white cables. Those violet and white and yellow and black cables are the vehicle cables, and the green ones are the ones back to the remote control, the stereo remote. That, I think, hopefully concludes the wiring setup. And I should be able to install this and turn the power back on and see how it looks. So, after a bit of trial and error, I have managed to install the JVC KW-M740BT in this 2008 Toyota Tacoma with steering wheel controls and pretty much everything else working, except for the rear view camera, which I will connect at a later time. The trick to getting the steering wheel control working was twofold. One was realizing that because this is a JVC/Kenwood unit, I needed to use the female adapter and use the brown wire, which would connect to the blue and yellow wire with the label remote control on the JVC head unit. The other was realizing that I needed to ground the basically steering wheel harness, vehicle harness unit. I had used two wires from the 3 pins that my unit came with. I connected those two wires to the steering wheel control detection unit here, the access unit. Those I connected the yellow and yellow and black vehicle cable to the black and green access unit line, and then the purple and white cable to the green and orange one. And the third one you have to ground. I just reused the radio ground, the vehicle ground. They should all be the same. Power, I have also the same sort of thing, where it's also powering this control module as well as the head unit. So as a sanity check, you should make sure that your ground, there are three wires into power. You have 3 wires into power, and then so if you weren't able to see, you should have 3 power lines connected and 4 ground ones. 4 because your steering wheel control unit should have 1 ground as well. The access unit is connected via the basically 3 cables, I think. The brown cable connecting back to the audio connection. So even though this looks like a 3.5 millimeter, you do have to connect it to the female unit that comes with the package, and that's because this is a JVC unit. Not all units require that. And then the other 2 are your green, orange, and green, black. Again, follow the instructions on Access or Tacoma World in my case. And now I should be able to connect the FM radio unit, the rear view camera. I'm going to connect the wiring at least for that. And as you can see, I'm just going to turn the volume up, volume down, change the mode. These are all, controlled on my steering wheel, and it's pretty nifty. So let me assemble all the things back into the dash, and then show you how it all works.
Alright, this is attempt number 3 at making sure this all works well. I'm going to make sure steering wheel controls are fine, so I can snap this all in. Got a little bit grimy with my fingers, but I'm just going to try the USB port. I really have no idea what to do about this thing. I'd love it if I could create like a little port somewhere nearby. For now, it just might have to hang. It's a little unfortunate, but
let's try and see. Yes. Alrighty, so what you're seeing here is an in-dash head unit replacement for the 2008 Toyota Tacoma. It is a JVC M740BT, I believe, and comes with Android Auto and Apple CarPlay support. I installed the USB cable to go into a cubby hole right next to it so that I can connect any device really easily. Otherwise, there wasn't really a neat place to put it on in the in-dash unit. I got the black Metra case for it and a steering wheel control so that I can take advantage of all the controls that I have within the steering wheel. Android Auto is really nice because I can do all sorts of things like, okay Google, take me to Boulder, Colorado.
Boulder, all right.
So yeah, definitely all in all, probably half a day's worth of work, and probably about $300, $350 in parts and pieces. But I'm looking forward to connecting the rear view camera, so I can really see right behind the pickup as I am backing up. But otherwise, super excited about this, and hopefully you can install a similar system in your own vehicle as well.